but I want to take a little bit different approach to it this week, and I want to ask you guys, what is your favorite job that you've had ever, and why? So that's what I'm taking this week.
Favorite
Because
job.
I really appreciated how well that episode went, but I think we went, kind of fantastical, but it led to some good results. But I want to know, because I feel like we've all had, an array of jobs, but I want to know what you guys think is your favorite job you had. And could you see like a specific part of that job or something that you've done in the past? But it's got to be a job you've had.
Sure.
Not letting you guys cheat your way out of this and saying, I had a dream. I had a job where I was a
strip club DJ.
All right. I've got one.
You got it?
No, I can't promise you that this is the favorite job I've ever had, because I generally like jobs that, pay me more money than this. But I will say there is a certain fondness in my heart. I worked at reshelving books at like an archival library, like where all the books that no one want go.
Yeah.
And you could like sort of wear whatever you wanted. You could be however you wanted, and you just walked around empty halls, shelving books, hanging out with your brain.
What did you like so much about it?
Because I thought I was going to like run into a ghost, I always thought it was going to be like Ghostbusters moment. I was on edge the whole time. The adrenaline.
You like that?
Yeah.
You were afraid for your life.
That woman really looked like she was enjoying her life in that movie before she got scared.
Right. I was attracted to the fear of it. The fear of the unknown behind every corner, on every shelf.
Okay.
Interesting.
Weird.
Yeah. My job wasn't too far off of what yours was. I worked at the film video library at our university, and I love that job. It was kind of a I hear people in the industry, listen to other podcasts talk about like working at a movie store was their favorite job, and it was kind of like working on a Blockbuster.
I can see that.
Where you obviously it's you're just checking out movies and you're restocking movies and stuff, but there were like parts of the time where you could like recommend movies to people, and I could make like really weird recommendations. One of my favorites was actually a recommendation of a friend of ours. Really not listen to this, but if he does, we'll know who he is. He told me that so anytime someone would ask for the movie Apocalypto, this is about when that movie came out,
yeah.
I would be like, oh, I don't have that, but a movie that's just like that is Home Alone. And because like the last half of Apocalypto is just him setting traps for people, and so I would recommend that. And just for my own amusement, I don't think many people got that joke, but like stuff like that, I would get to the way that I looked at movies on people, but not too condescendingly. Like you see, some tropes in movies where the person who is checking out the movies is very like condescending, like, oh, that movie is garbage, you want this movie. But I got to like be a little bit funny with my recommendations if we didn't have the movie they were looking for, or just be a little bit strange with things. And I like that. I got to communicate with a lot of people that I don't communicate on a regular basis with, and I just like talk to a lot of people, and I don't know, just be a little bit more free flowing than just sitting behind a desk all day. So that was fun.
You liked interacting with the
of course, as with exactly. This might have been the only job one of a few jobs where I really got to do that.
Oh.
And this was and of course I like this job so much, and of course I got fired from it. This actually might have been the only time I've ever successfully done the no, I quit before I get fired thing. And that worked out great. I just forgot to go into work a couple times. What happens?
Hey, what?
Yeah, I just got really busy, like with the school and stuff, and with some extracurricular stuff, and I just forgot my schedule for the week. I wasn't very organized in college, and that explains why I was not a very good student. Like in high school, I was a pretty good student because everything was very regimented, the same for everyone. And in college, you have to make your own schedule. And I think it took me until I was done with college to figure out how to make your own schedule. Not make your own schedule, but be organized enough where you're going to be on time to everything and you're not going to forget things. And it just took me a long time to do that. So I forgot to go to work in a 2-week span, or I'd show up 2 hours late to a 3-hour shift. And the only reason I would remember that I was working that day is I'd be walking by the building and oh yeah, I have to go to work right
now. What? Dude.
Yeah. You didn't know that about me. You knew me in college. I was just I was just not. Well, I guess you didn't know me that well, but I was just not responsible, and I wasn't very good at taking care of myself.
Wow.
Yeah,
that surprises me. I feel like I was living.
Yeah, now I'm great.
I didn't even notice. I was
I'm super organized now.
Yeah,
no,
that's my.
I didn't. I didn't have it to. Really? Oh,
yeah.
Well, I'm glad that I gave off that appearance.
Yeah, for sure. This is wild.
For sure.
That job.
I did, and that's the thing is that I did. It didn't do it didn't do that in my head where I need to prioritize this thing.
Yeah.
It just took me until adulthood. But 2 years after college before I really figured out how to be an organized person.
Huh.
So, but it was a switch. I flipped the switch, and now I'm pretty organized, and I don't forget things too often. But
yeah,
it's a lot better than it used to be.
I just got really good at writing stuff down because I will forget stuff. I don't write it down; it's just gone. So, but yeah.
Well, Pat, what's your favorite job you ever had?
All right. Well, favorite job was definitely coaching high school football, and I really didn't do it that much. I only did it 2 years in a row. I ended up going and getting my master's and seeing if I wanted to coach in the college level, and I found out that was more of a commitment than I was ready to put in. But I loved coaching college or high school football. It's just the right amount of intensity that the season ends just in time. I just love football, and I love that culture, and I love being a coach. I like seeing growth in people and stuff, and it was really fun to do that. Both years I did it, it just really made me feel useful and a good person. And and it's fun to get a bunch of kids together and they're you start the season and you're all oh my God, how are we going to do anything? These kids don't know anything. And then you teach them yourselves and you spoon feed them and you get this group of guys to work together and go out and kick ass. It's the best, I forget who said it. It might've been Ulysses S. Grant or someone from the Civil War, but there's a quote that's it's a good thing that war is so terrible, lest men would grow to love it. And that concept of camaraderie and I get that quote 100% because it feels so good to be on a team. It feels so good to be seeing growth and putting that time in. And that was cool. Didn't pay a lot, so I couldn't do it. But I loved it.
That's absolutely. I think what a lot of really cool jobs have going for them is that they don't pay well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because I think I made $8 an hour doing my favorite job.
Yeah,
maybe.
I did own my own lawn care business when I was in high school with my buddy, and it was pretty sweet, man. We cornered the market on teachers, single teachers. So we hung up our our sign, our lawn care business sign. I put it in the teachers' lounge. And so we just had all the single teachers that didn't have a husband to cut their lawn. They just paid us $20 to cut their lawn. It took us 15 minutes to cut these lawns. It was so easy. It was awesome. We would just do it like once a week. I made more money mowing lawns and just splitting the money with my buddy than I did working like a full half schedule at like JCPenney's. I was also doing that at the time. And it's just like I work for one half day sometimes and make so much money. And I put all that money into paintball. I just spent it all. I spent thousands and thousands of dollars on paintball. Like I just loved it. Me and my buddy, we worked really well together. You know, he would mow the front, I would mow the back, and then we would just we'd be able to, like, you know, get in and get out, and it was really cool. Like, it just have like another person in high school. You didn't have people that like. It wasn't cool to care about things.
Still,
you know what I mean?
I will say, still not cool to care about things. Everybody, just wanted to clarify. Keep going, Pat.
Yeah, to all the high school students listening to this podcast, don't care about nothing.
It was cool to have somebody that gave a crap, like, too, and like, you know, it's the same kind of thing with the team dynamics and the camaraderie. Like, it feels good to make something. You know, the two of us were greater than the sum of our parts, even if it was just mowing lawns. Like, it felt cool, it felt fun to go to work, and that's a rare thing. Where, you know, we'd call up my buddy and we'd get coffee and we'd go and we'd mow for a day. Sometimes it'd take a whole day, but most times it wouldn't. And we would work hard, and then we get to split that money and just like, you know, we'd buy booze and we'd buy, you know, paintball stuff. We weren't doing anything like high schoolers weren't doing, but like I literally spent all the money I got from that, like all of it as fast as I could. It was so much money for a kid. Just be like 16 driving around getting paid like $150 for a half day's work. It was awesome. It was the best.
Yeah, I remember the first time I was like compensated in cash, like adequately, like more than like $100, and I immediately put all that money into an envelope and just put it into my closet, and just like went and looked at it every like 3 days. This is mine. It was like I was like Gollum with his ring. I just go look at it every so often, and yeah, I didn't really have any hobbies that cost money. I think I just asked my parents for money, which wish I liked paintball. They wouldn't have paid for that.
Paintball was fun. You know what killed paintball for us? Halo.
Yeah.
And we stopped playing paintball.
Who needs to buy paintballs and CO2, you know? You just fucking...
Well, it's fun.
Now I just got to take all these whippets instead of playing paintball.
Oh, man. That's funny.
All right, Nate, you got what you need?
I got what I need.